applause for Richard. Before I will let Richard to make a short speech about himself, about what he would like to say, I would like to introduce you to him for 1 second. Well, few seconds. Richard called us about 2 years ago saying, I do care about Ukraine. I do care and I need someone who can help me to help Ukraine. And I said, of course, we are the ones who can help you, Richard. Let me introduce Ukraine Relief Charity to you. And that was an amazing phone call because we met a few weeks after this. And Richard, after many months, became one of our incredible patrons, one of the biggest donors for the charity of Ukraine Relief. And thanks to him, we have helped almost 10,000 children in Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, Rічард Аделем MBE.
Ladies and gentlemen, or perhaps I should have said, Lords, ladies and gentlemen, because I have no idea who is present here tonight. But thank you all for what a wonderful crowd. Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank everyone present for coming this evening in support of Ukraine Relief Aid. It is very kind of you all. Secondly, I would like to thank all relief volunteers, the trustees, staff of Ukraine Relief Aid at Castle Point and helpers for the wonderful job they do year in and year out. And thank you very much. I wish to thank the little children of Ukraine, orphanages and schools for the many little presents they have sent me. I do not know any of them, and they only know me by a few photos and what Carl has told them. I do not wish for them to give me anything, but it is very kind of them, and I think and pray for them every day. And last but not least, I would like to thank our wonderful CEO, Carl, for his dedication to Ukraine Relief. He works 7 days a week. He is driven down to Ukraine to work with the people and children for 2 or 3 weeks each time in a year, which must be now over 10 times in the last 2 years. And we give great thanks to him. I met Carl soon after this war started, when he set up Ukraine Relief Aid from his own house. Just look at it now, about 20 tons of goods going to Ukraine every 2 weeks. It is amazing what he has done for the people of Ukraine. Carl is not only the CEO of Ukraine Relief, he and his lovely wife Daria and their 2 children, Julia and Diana, have become very good personal friends of mine. They have been to my house many times in the country. Believe it or not, he has helped me with my garden, pruning trees, and doing jobs on a Sunday that I am not able to do since I am almost 29 years old. They tell me I am not allowed to go up ladders anymore. I have been doing this most of my life. When this war started, the aggressors said it was going to be a very little short operation in Ukraine to get rid of the Nazis to help Ukraine people. What a load of humbug. We know it was not the people that they wanted to help, but I am sure they were not interested in the infrastructure, old cities, buildings and wonderful architecture which Ukraine have. They have one of the best steelworks in the world and the dam with the hydroelectric power station at Zaporizhzhia until they blew it up. No, it was not this what they wanted, but I am sure it was the thousands of acres of farmland, which is some of the best wheat-growing farmland in the Western world, Ukraine has always been known as the breadbasket of the world. They would love to have full control of the breadbasket. Food, yes, food in Ukraine. And then they would be able to hold the Western world to ransom with food, like they tried to do with oil and gas. But oil and gas has become a dirty word in the world, so they thought food would be much the better option. Just think for a moment what would happen if this came to pass. It would change the course of history in Europe forever. This must not ever be allowed to happen. So now, in the hours of darkness which lie ahead, we must all stand firm, shoulder to shoulder, with our allies in the fight for the freedom of Ukraine. And for the people of Ukraine, we must give them hope. Yes, hope for the freedom of Ukraine, because without hope, they have nothing. I don't know, but I expect I may be one of the very few people here tonight that can remember all of the Second World War and also the Korean War in 1951, which I was a part of. The terrible bombings and blitz of London, Portsmouth, here in Southampton, it was terrible. Bristol, Plymouth, Coventry, and many other places. For all the many thousands of people that lived in those places at that time, it was no less than hell on earth. The same as it is for today for the people of Ukraine. I will never understand why man in the 21st century has never ever learned anything from history to even think about starting a war. Because there are no winners. They're all losers. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, 91 years old, Rічард Аделем MBE. Wasn't that amazing speech? Big applause, ladies and gentlemen. We have to stand shoulder to shoulders for freedom of Ukraine. Rічард, as always, speechless great sir. I'm gonna take Rічард down. Big applause, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely amazing person.